The Chicago Sky are hoping for some home cooking and revenge when they take on the New York Liberty today. Can the Sky pull out a win against one of the deepest teams in the WNBA? We're going to talk about it all and more. But first, we got to play that intro.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. Let's go ahead and get into it for today. The Chicago Sky are taking on the New York Liberty today, and hopefully this is a game in which we see better and more consistent rotations. Hopefully the Sky have learned from their last game against the New York Liberty, in which not going to your depth against a team like the New York Liberty is a dangerous, dangerous game to play. Now, you can get away with it and do it, but that means that the players that you play have to all be firing on all cylinders. The Sky in the last game didn't really read matchups well. They didn't really adjust a lot to what the Liberty were doing. Now, I got to give the Sky credit. They answered two double-digit runs by the New York Liberty to keep the game close for the majority of that game. They weren't able to hold it out to pull out the win, but they were able to hold on to it for the majority of the game. We got Big Kev joining. What's going on, Kev?
Good morning, my friend. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. How you feeling about this game, man?
It would be good to see a win. It's the top team. They had a chance the other day. They looked good, actually. I was actually surprised at how well they were playing on a back-to-back at that. They took the L, but I think they can get the win at the crib today.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I think they can. Like they competed really well against the New York Liberty, and I have to give them their credit for that. And it's just that fourth quarter really is what just the Sky just didn't have any answers for that fourth quarter. I think that was in large part due to the fact that we only went too deep into our bench. And when Michaela Onyewerede was coming off one of her best games in the season, I would have liked to see her get more of a chance. Do you think that Teaspoon goes deeper into her bench this game than what she did last game, Kev?
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me. And Teaspoon is kind of, I don't want to say she had Billy Donovan status yet, but like it's weird because the game before that, she went super deep into the bench. And I thought it was because she was preparing for the back-to-back. And then you get to the back-to-back and you don't use your bench. It's like, what are you doing? And when they did use their
looks
bench.
like Breonna Stewart's out this game.
Oh, man. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, they definitely got a chance to win now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think she should go to the approach that she had in the game prior to the Liberty game, where the bench gave her 22, 23 points, and it was about 5 deep or 4 deep in the bench. So I think she should stick to that. Let these guys get their legs under them before the Olympic break.
Yeah, and the way that I look at it is that if you start off your game trying to go deep into your bench in that second quarter, and if players just don't bring it, all right, cool. Sit their ass down at that point, right? Then you have a reason. But for the fact that Michaela Onyewerede didn't get in the game until garbage time was just really head-scratching for me, especially when Diamond DeShields and Dana just were not bringing it the majority of that game. And we need way better production, more consistently, I should say, from Dana Evans, for sure. And Diamond at this point, bro, like, I don't know. How do you feel about Diamond DeShields' season so far?
It's been ass. That's it. Like, it's just, it hasn't been. I mean, her, Eminem, Mabry, they haven't really impressed me at all this season. And actually, Michaela had a really good game in the game prior to that New York Liberty game. So I expected her to get some tick. Like, I don't understand what Teaspoon be doing, bro. Like, to rely on Diamond DeShields this deep into the season when she's giving you little to nothing, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I understood it initially in the beginning of the season, because if you could get Diamond DeShields going, she could be such a difference maker for you theoretically on paper. But when you look at it, Diamond DeShields has played all but one game this season. She's averaging 4 points per game in 15 minutes. Like, I love Diamond, and historically, because I'm a lifelong Sky fan, I know what she has meant at times to this organization. But at some point, you just got to realize that she's just not that player anymore. She's just not that player.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Teaspoon is hoping that she can coax it out of her, like, hey, you can turn it on, but we're almost halfway through the season now. She's not turning it on.
Yeah. And now if she does, like, the one thing that I've been given, this season is so unique in the sense that we have a month-long break at the end of next week. We have the All-Star break followed by the Olympic break. Maybe you can get to, like, that's basically having a mini off season, and maybe you can work on some things, get some more players in rhythm. I hope the Sky gets some new players in here as well through the waiver wire. But it's just at a point sometimes you just got to understand that it just ain't gonna be there. And unfortunately, I think that with Diamond, from what I've seen, now she can show different. I would love to see it. If she can all of a sudden come on the latter half of the season, cool, great. But as of right now, Diamond DeShields is actively hurting your team, and there's just no way around it.
It's not. And because she's actively hurting the team, by proxy, Teaspoon is actively hurting the team.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Like, you can't overlook those things. And I'm not trying to harp on, the coach per se, but the Sky are 9-13. They could be very well 13-9. And a lot of that is coaching.
How do you, and fair point, how do you, when you look at this season so far for the Sky, how do you look at Teaspoon's coaching 22 games in?
Yeah, it's up and down. Like, there are times when she pushed all the right buttons. I do the baseball, so like it's the same thing with Craig Counsell over on the Chicago Cubs. It's like, oh man, he did everything right today, and then the next day he'll not put the right closer in, or he'll not put the right pinch hitter in. It's like, dude, you just did this yesterday. You just did the right stuff yesterday, and here we are the very next day, and you're going back to your old habits. And I mentioned Billy Donovan earlier as well. There's some similarities there where it's like, dang, bro, like I know that we're supposed to have Cardoso right here on the post so we can get the right entry pass. Why aren't you coaching them up to do those things, Teaspoon? So it's a mixed bag with her. So, that's really it. It's just a mixed bag.
And she's a rookie head coach, and I've seen people call for a job. I don't think she's at risk of losing her job at all.
Not that,
now, Teaspoon's going to get at least 3 years here, knowing that they're going through a rebuild. I don't think until they get the roster in a spot to where they feel like, hey, we got a complete roster, and we're just not getting the results. Until that happens, I don't think it's at risk of Teaspoon going anywhere. But to focus back on some more positive, how do you felt about Camilla in her last few games?
Oh, man, ever since halftime, or the other game when I was on, I was like, we were asking for her to be more aggressive. She's been more aggressive. The defense was always there because all she got to do is this. In the post, she getting blocks with people just jumping into her. But the offense, I love what I've been seeing from her offensively, especially when you see Angel Reese get into her inevitable foul trouble. Cardoso has been stepping up in her place. I'm not mad at what I've been seeing from her lately. I did see some of the people in the comment section saying that she's not usually an aggressive offensive player, but I'm not trying to hear that. You're 6'7". Go out there, get some baskets.
And to the credit, she's now averaging on the season 8 points, 8 rebounds, 1.5 assists, almost 1.5 blocks per game. That's solid for a rookie who isn't like you said, a large part of the offense. And on top of that, she started off the season averaging almost 4.5 fouls per game. She's down now to 2.9 on the season, so she's working on that aspect of her game as well. W always coming in eating someplace, bro? Like
you call. I was eating breakfast, man. It's in the morning, man.
You added yourself to the stream. I didn't add you to the stream. Why'd you add yourself while you still eating?
It's part of.
Hey, man, you just sent the message in the chat. Like, what you asked me, dog? What you mean? You acting like you don't know.
What up, Doug?
What up, C-Dub, man?
What up, though, man? Big game today. We got the New York Liberty again.
Yeah.
It's revenge game, bro.
No Stewart, though.
Hey, man, I need Angel Reese to show up. That was like, could we say that was the worst game she had this season?
No, her second game of the season was worse.
You think the second game? This one of her worst, though.
One of her
worst. One of the worst.
I remember that second game. People was clowning her, and it was like the apex of the whole hype of the new season, and she was just looking bad, missing layups, all that stuff. I remember that. But yet the other game wasn't that good either. And now the whole stat padding argument is at a fever pitch because of the last 2 ways that she got her double-doubles. She's going to have to go out there and let it happen organically as opposed to having to force it if we want that narrative to calm down a little bit.
Nobody cares about that stat pad and stuff. Nobody cares. That's just the trolls talking all that crap.
Oh, people
she just
care.
I don't care. Drip, you care?
I don't give a shit because, like I said before, every record that's ever been broken, this type of record, teams have if you go back to the game that Dennis Rodman had, what was it, 25, 26 rebounds he had in? Go and look at the last 4 minutes of that game. Literally, everybody on the Chicago Bulls is like, Dennis! Like, basically, they're like, hey, put your arm over here, bro.
Russell Westbrook, too. They were just
like, come on. And the thing is that, and I've said this before, both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and even some Angel Reese fans don't like it when I say this, they're both being used for narratives that really have nothing to do with them as players. It's more so about everything else in the conversation around them, but it's good for the WNBA. Like, the WNBA really does have, especially in being in the same conference, this is the closest thing that they could have going forward of Bird versus Magic.
My dude, the tickets for today's game is like $200.
Yeah.
For
I remember when we
game.
legitimately used to be able to get Chicago Sky games the day of the game for $50.
Bro,
I'm not talking about in the nosebleeds. I'm talking about 3-4 rows back. You should just be sitting there seeing everything.
Bro, I've been given a handful of tickets. Like, here you go. Here's 20 Chicago Sky tickets. Do with it what you will.
Yeah, I'm just not going to argue the impact of Angel Reese no more. I already did it. It's just not.
Yeah, and the thing is that at this point, the people who are arguing against Angel Reese's impact, regardless of how you see the stat padding argument, if you don't understand or see how Angel Reese is impacting the game of basketball, you are literally just being willfully ignorant.
Yeah,
I like. They in New York today, or they was in New York. They was in New York the last game.
Right.
They drew the biggest crowd this season for Angel Reese's game in New York last game. So anyway, back to this game. Who cares what they think about our little Sha Barbie? She's going to continue to be excellent. But let's get to this game.
Hold on, wait a second. I got something to bring up.
Okay,
because this is a point I got to make. You know how when I get my point.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are still denying Angel, like, I don't know, did you guys see the viral TikTok of the white dude who says, I legitimately don't think black people exist?
What?
Wow, I haven't.
Oh, bro, I'll send it to y'all afterwards. It's easy to find. There's somebody who legitimately is like, I don't think black people exist. It's just white. Like, he literally was like, they're technically just white people who are in the sun of Africa. I'm like,
what?
Wait, say that. He said, I first of all, when you said that, I blacked out. I didn't hear a word you said after
you shouldn't, because it's stupidity. He literally said, I do not believe that black people exist.
Based on what, though? What was the logic?
I'm right here, motherfucker. Like, what are we talking about?
Hey, if Project 2025 gets through, we probably won't exist. That's probably what he's saying.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But to get into this game, go ahead, C-Dub, man. Go ahead and get into the game, brother.
This is a very important game for the Chicago Sky as a whole, and I would like to think individually for a couple players. I'm thinking Kennedy Carter, Camila Cardoso, and Angel Reese. I don't think they played particularly well last game. Marina Mabry was terrific in the first half last game. I think they want to come in and play a total team game, a total full team game of good Chicago Sky basketball. Last game, I think they look a little tired. You can see Angel Reese. She had a hand on her hip a lot. She just looked a little tired. She's been playing 40 minutes for like 2 to 3 straight games. I need her to come through and have a big game this game, or at least have a good game this game. Camila Cardoso, she's been playing well. I don't know what's the problem with her in the second half and with the coaching staff, but it seems like she only played like 5 minutes in the second half for the last like couple games to me. It's like I can't find her in the second half. And like they put her in garbage time last game, which is crazy to me. In effect, she the one was the reason that the Chicago Sky got up 13. She was dominant on the defensive end.
Would you
absolute dominant?
You think it might be a conditioning thing? Because I'm trying to figure out why Cardoso is. You look at the fourth quarter of the last few games, like she's buried on the bench in the fourth quarter. It doesn't make sense to me either. But could it be a conditioning thing for Cardoso?
I got a quick question right back to you. Did it look like it when she got subbed out? Did it look like that she was just through, that she was done, that she was super tired, that she was overbeared? It didn't look like to me. It looked like nothing wrong. It looks like she was going down the table.
Overbeared. That is hilarious.
I just made it up. Look,
it looked like overwhelmed, but it looked like and to your point, it looks like Angel Reese has been more tired than Cardoso has.
Yeah. That's been visual. It's the visual stuff from Angel Reese.
It seems like, and this is maybe just me, from the last few games that I've seen, it's like Teaspoon does not want to play Izzy and Camilla together. So you see Izzy come in for Camila Cardoso,
Okay.
Angel basically moving to center at that point, but you haven't seen very many minutes of Isabel Harrison and Camila Cardoso together over the last few games. And I honestly don't understand why. Izzy is a 4. She can play 4 next to Camila, and you can actually get Angel some rest while increasing Camila's minutes. Now, maybe Camila is saying that she's gassed. Maybe it's something that we just don't know, but something has to be there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give Coach Spoon this though. She may be using this first half of the season to see what she has really to boost up the confidence of the players that she's gonna need for the stretch of this season. Now, Izzy Harrison, she's said as much in the post games, like Izzy really had it going. I wanted to keep her in. It wasn't anything wrong with Cardoso a couple games ago. Okay, I see that. But when you're close to the game and the impact that Cardoso had in the first half, you gotta see that, and you gotta put it. I don't know why she. I just don't know, bro. It's just simple to me. Why would she not be back in the game? She influenced the game so much. How many shots did she distract? How many blocks did she have, bro? It was a lot. Come on.
A lot. And I wish that they don't have like, so I use a website called Crafted NBA for NBA stats like this. They don't have something like this unless I just haven't found it for the WNBA, but they track a stat where it's not blocks. Well, it's a combination of blocks and shots altered, and that gives you your rim protection grade. They actually have a rim protection grade. I would love to see what Camila Cardoso's rim protection grade is with that stat, because it has to be through the roof.
It's gotta be unbelievable. She plays perfect defense to contest shots. She don't even jump. She just stretch.
That's how she's got her foul trouble down. She literally is just straight up and down and perfect with it.
Perfect.
Besides a little hump in the back that you know.
Hey Doug, before you got on, Doug, we were talking about Coach Teaspoon. Mm-hmm. How you feeling about the first half of her coaching career? I mean, the start of her coaching career.
Hey man, I like what she be doing. She's a rookie coach. Everybody need to take that into account. She's a rookie coach. It's her first time being under the helm. I think she was with the Pelicans last season, if I'm not mistaken. And I think she's did a wonderful job. It's just certain instances. Don't judge me criticizing her on certain choices in the game to saying that she's been a bad coach for the whole season. I just think she made a couple bad choices in the end of a couple games, especially with Camila Cardoso. And I think she knows that as well, but I think she's trying to boost the confidence to some of her players. There's some players on this team that just don't need to play. I'm just gonna say it.
Diamond DeShields.
You ain't have to say it, but hey, you said it.
We said it earlier.
You said it. But I like Teaspoon.
Bonds, I'm sorry, but that's not a problem, because if she jumped, a lot of that would be fouls. Like, you got to understand the significance of it. Like, especially with the way that the refs have been calling Sky games, if you jump and leave your feet and make any contact, that's automatically a foul. If you stay on your feet and they make contact with you, that's not a foul. That's why she's not jumping. And at 6'7", most of the time she doesn't have to jump.
She don't have to. She got like 3 blocks in the first half last game without jumping. So I don't know. She's doing it good. What did you guys say? What did you guys? Y'all didn't think she was doing good? She ain't having a good season?
Teaspoon, I think it's just a mixed bag. I'm not going to say that she's terrible. I'm not going to say she's great. I think it's pretty, up right down the middle. She's made some great moves. She's also made some questionable decisions throughout the season, but that's just part of coaching.
And the thing is I think people overlook rookie. Like, I'm going to break something down real quick. I think everybody agrees that these two people I'm going to bring up. Phil Jackson is one of the greatest coaches to ever coach basketball. Is that yes or no?
100%.
Yes, absolutely.
Eric Spoelstra is one of the best basketball coaches in the current NBA.
100%.
Okay, so here's the thing that I'm going to go to that, and you can go back and look at this. Phil Jackson, as a rookie head coach, even though he spent 2 years as an assistant before becoming a rookie head coach, did not understand defensive rotations to save his goddamn life. Mm-hmm. He didn't. Like, he got by because of the defensive ability of the players that are on there. But if you look at those rotations, bad. Eric Spoelstra didn't understand. He didn't have an offensive system until about 3 years into his coaching career.
Because he didn't have to have one.
He didn't have to have one. But that's why they lost 2 out of 3 finals those first years as well.
Yeah,
so, like,
that makes sense.
So even the greatest coaches, and I'm not saying that Teaspoon is going to be one of the greatest coaches to ever coach the game, but you got to understand, and I've seen people say things like, well, you can't give the rookie head coach excuse. It's not an excuse. It's a reason.
Yeah.
Some of y'all been at y'all job for 10 years and still don't do shit. They just know that y'all been there forever and y'all keep coming in to work so they don't fire you. Some of y'all been working on a PIP for the last 6 months. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, that's true. That's true, man. When you're a coach, that don't mean you're gonna come in and already be perfect and everything that you do as far as coaching the team and setting your strategy, putting your players in positions to be successful. You're learning just like a rookie coming into the NBA. So that was a great point, Drip. I agree with it 100%.
Some of y'all been having sex for 12 years and still can't make a woman come. Shut the fuck up.
Damn.
I mean,
Damn, bro.
I mean, it wasn't like you already made your point, bro.
It's the salt and pepper on top. You got to sprinkle it on there from time. You got to sprinkle it.
Yeah,
Jesus,
it's gonna be a tough game. I look for the Chicago Sky to come out here and really play better this game. They played well in the first half.
it was
first
that third quarter.
They played well in the first quarter. But I think then they're going to play a complete game today. They played the New York Liberty pretty tough all year. They've been playing them tough.
They got blitzed in that third quarter, and then they kind of held on.
They battled back. Yeah, they held on for dear life.
And then that fourth quarter was pretty much the nail in the coffin. But what was it? I think it was like a 13-4 run to start the second half or something like that. And that's really what changed and Breonna Stewart, man, she's a dog. She a beast, bro. She a beast.
Yeah.
It was a lot of Jaquel Jones and
they were hitting tough
Sabrina.
threes.
They were really killing the Sky last game. I'm gonna be looking for Dana this game. He's about no.
Listen, I know I throw a lot of shit. I'm gonna get on some of y'all women too. Y'all been trying to hold on to those edges for 22 years and out here looking like a Cabbage Patch Kid. Let it go. Everybody can get it. Everybody can get it.
If y'all ass walking around with 22-year-old edges,
receding, and you just trying to hold on to what you got, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
22-year-old edges is crazy, bro. Hey, look,
let it go. Oh wow, bro.
Yeah. It's gonna be a very exciting game. I'm very excited to watch this game right here.
Dub, what you expecting from Mabry today, man? Because she's been up and down all season.
Hey, listen. Hold on. Wait a second. Because C-Dub and Marina Mabry are like jungle fever. That man loves him some Marina Mabry, bro. He loves him some Marina Mabry, bro.
I do, bro. She's a wizard with the ball, bro. She's one of the most exciting players on this team. Why are you screwing up your face?
Because she's one of the most annoying players on this team.
Why?
Bro.
Okay, let's get this.
Volume shooter who takes bad shot after bad shot. Turnovers. I've seen wide open layups that she threw to the second row. It's a wide open layup, and you throw the ball 14 feet in front of the player that's streaking up. Like, come on, man.
She made a turnover.
I want to see more consistency from Marina Mabry.
Absolutely, that's
all I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
How does she frustrate you, gang? How does she frustrate you, bro?
I just told you. She take bad shots. She's a volume shooter. She shoots low percentage. I've seen so many 5 for 13s, 4 for 15s from her. It's been irritating. That's all I'm saying, bro.
The inconsistency is the most irritating thing to me. I will say this, even with her inconsistency, she's still leading the team in assists. She's getting good rebounding numbers. She just has to be a better shooter overall. But again, Marina Mabry's not a three-point shooter. We're trying to force her into being a three-point shooter for this team because it's what we need. And by the way, we have live footage of C-Dub and Marina Mabry. We just got this in. This is live footage of C-Dub, Marina Mabry. I just had to bring this live to y'all.
Hey, bro. You know, I love me some.
We know, bro. We know.
I guess the only point that I'm trying to make is in the game you see inconsistencies with Marina Mabry. She'll have a great first quarter and then a terrible second quarter, a decent third one, and a horrible fourth. Like, I want to see a complete game from her. I've yet to really see it. I work a lot, so I don't get to watch all the games. But the games that I've seen, I see inconsistency just in the game itself. But that's just me, though. I'm saying.
Oh, that's fair, because that's where I was going to go. It's inconsistencies within the game because she can start cold, end hot, start hot, end cold. That's been her. But let's just tell you the factualities about
Factualities, bro. You done made up like 4
Hey, bro.
words.
See,
in
Dub's
this-
been on his. Dub's been on his black apostolic pastor for a while, bro. Like, see,
Lord.
Dub just be making stuff up, and he says it with such confidence that you just roll with it, bro. You just roll with it.
Wow.
Bro. Marina, best 3-point shooter. She's not even a 3-point shooter. She's the best 3-point shooter. I think she is the best passer on this team. I think she's the best scorer on this team. Marina Mabry, when she's
Kennedy
right.
Carter, the best scorer on his team, bro.
Yeah, Kennedy.
When you want to throw in 3-pointers, when you want to throw in
Kennedy doesn't shoot.
3-pointers.
If you're talking about more well-rounded, yes. Marina Mabry is a more well-rounded scorer. Kennedy's been more consistent this year.
She's been more consistent for sure. So that's Marina Mabry. If she gets right, the sky is right. He said, I'm still in it. You can have it.
This man said
Bro.
factuality.
Hey, we gotta somebody write this down for real. What was the one before factualities? What was the first one he said earlier today? When he was overwhelmed, overbeared? Is that what he said? We gonna. Hey, listen, we gonna start getting C-Dubs quote shirts together, and we gotta make it happen, bro. Factualities is actually I'm gonna steal that, bro. You ain't gotta worry.
Oh my mom.
That's dope. Yeah. Put it on a t-shirt. She is the best. Who passed better than Marina Mabry on the Chicago Sky? Give me before I can destroy it, please.
They all suck at entry passes. I want them to get that together.
That's why it's hard that's why Angel and Camilla haven't been a bigger part of the offense, regardless, is because we can't make an entry pass to save our lives. A lot of the Sky. I know a lot of people talk about shooting, and don't get me wrong, we need shooting. Hopefully, we can get both. The thing that I want the Sky to focus on, whether it's next offseason in the draft, we got to get a point guard in here, an actual traditional Jason Kidd type point guard in this mug. We need that, bro.
And that's not to say that Lizzie Allen is, she good. She okay.
It is to say it. It's to say it.
She's nothing to wow you, bro.
She's not the reason that the Sky don't win, but she's definitely not the reason that they do. Like, she's not really getting the offense going. She's not a threat offensively, really. Not really, from what I've seen from her. You're right, Haize. If you can get a true point guard up in here that can run the offense for real, the Sky is going to be trouble.
Yeah, and that's even without 3-point shooting. Just somebody who can actually move the ball around, manipulate the offense, tell people where to go. If the Sky can get that, and if they can be a solid 3-point shooter, I tell you what, this offense is going to take it to the next level just off that alone. But then on top of that, if you can add better shooting on top of it, man, listen.
I will say this: Kennedy Carter's an underrated passer. Like, when she going downhill and that double team come, she finds the open player.
But the problem is that Kennedy doesn't look to pass. Now, that's not her role. They're not asking her that. But I do think that Kennedy gets tunnel vision. And more times than not, she's going to score. But when she sees that rim, she usually doesn't take her eyes off that rim. You have to put a body in front of her to get her not to get to the rim.
But wouldn't you want her to keep her eye? Won't you want her to be the aggressive, Kennedy?
If she was playing the point guard, she's playing the 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was okay. Because I think she fits this role. You get her in, and she's Kyrie Irving. Go make her go get buckets.
The only thing I'll say about Kennedy Carter, sometimes she'll drive right into the teeth of the defense, whether it's 1 player, 2 players, 3
and then
players,
not know what to do,
and then just get lost.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so hypercritical of Kennedy, bro.
No.
She is so good, bro. She's going to make a mistake, bro.
No,
she shoots at a high percentage. She's so efficient most of the time. Last game was not that efficient, but most of the time she's efficient. She's going to have a couple of plays.
I love Kennedy Carter. I was one of the first people to say that she should be starting, and Haize was like, no.
Why did I say no, though? I said no because we need her scoring off the bench, and her scoring off the bench has been absolute trash since she's got in there.
God. That's true. So, I'm just saying, I love Kennedy Carter. I like to just point out the things that I noticed during the games that I watch, and even if she is efficient, 3 of those shots, that's 3 or 4 shots a game where she drive right into the back of a big person and throw it, and they don't call fouls for her either. That's also part of it. I think she's trying to draw fouls, and she doesn't get the foul call, so it just looks like a bad shot. So there are things that happen with Kennedy Carter that could be fixed if the referees would respect the fact that she just got smacked. So
And I just cannot with Diamond. I can't,
bro. Listen, first of all, Diamond, the thing is, I could deal with Diamond's offense being down if she brought some of that defensive intensity she had at times. That's not even. And matter of fact, I know we don't see it much anymore, but the times that we saw Breonna Stewart and Diamond Shields on the court at the same time, they was giving up the back door like Tiana Trump. It was just free reign into the rim every single time.
I thought you was gonna say they was giving up the back door like P Diddy, but I'll take Tiana Trump.
I mean,
I'll take Tiana Trump. Hey man, if you was the coach of this team, you can't play her. Look at you play her. What is
who Diamond?
Diamond? How you cannot play her, bro? Where's the compassion? When does the compassion meter run out, bro? Because I know Spoon, she got a big heart, and she seen Diamond what she did in the past. She can get it back. When is that meter to run out? Like, man, I can't play you.
I think over this Olympic break, like you literally have to talk with Diamond over the Olympic break. And she needs to see the same sports therapist that Patrick Williams needs to see.
Absolutely.
They got to get it. And if they can't, you got to be real with them and say, Diamond, we respect you. We love you. We know you compete. But until you're bringing it better on the court, we got to go with Michaela. We got
to. It don't make any sense. You can't play her. Can't you have a negative plus minus? Because that's what her fucking plus minus is.
Well, a double negative makes a positive.
That's
you got triple negative. Motherfucker. Whatever's negative, she is, bro. I'm sorry, Diamond. Damn. Shit. Is she worse than Catfish?
Who's Catfish?
Leroy.
Javon Carter.
You call that man a catfish?
Yeah,
he sold us a bill of goods. He in Milwaukee.
Here this guy finna come peering. Dude, did they promise us that Javon Carter was gonna come over here and be a 3-point shooter, 40% shooter? And
it's so crazy because I remember the video I titled it was Javon Carter bringing the Chicago Edge to the Chicago Bulls. And that motherfucker didn't bring shit.
I even did a short hype we should go get Javon Carter because he did it in Milwaukee. He was a spot up shooter. He hit the three consistently.
Send that motherfucker back over there, bro.
He bogus, bro.
He sent him and Diamond on a date. How about that?
You can tell he's shop at
He's
Saber
married,
Life,
bro. He's fully married.
Javon married.
And yes, and Kennedy. I mean, not Kennedy and Diamond and Shields don't want nothing she can't strap. So you got to stop, bro. Let's get it together, bro.
Thank you. I didn't know that. Thank you.
That's like
she dresses like you. What do you mean you didn't know?
I seen her in a dress. I seen her. She looked like a lady.
I mean, she is a lady. She is a lady.
Okay, come on, let's go. Keep going. I was about to do something. Go ahead.
What were you about to do, C-Dub?
No.
What were you about to do, C-Dub?
No. I ain't getting canceled.
What were you about to do, C-Dub?
We ain't getting canceled. I love WNBA.
You feel me, bro? You saw me shut my mouth as soon as y'all started talking about it.
Anything left, fellas, before we get up out of here.
Play Michaela on the West School. Player, please.
Which one of you Negro call her bald head hoe? The chest.
No, Javon Carter is the bald headed hoe.
Yeah. We wouldn't say that about none of these players.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
Play Michaela today, please. Let her get some minutes.
We'll see. I don't know. What is the problem with Michaela Drip? I'm not too keen on Michaela. Give me a scouting report on Michaela. Or you want to end right now?
I mean, Michaela Onyewerede, I'm not going to try to make her more out than what she is. A former rookie of the year, but that was one of the worst rookie classes in the WNBA history. But she is an energy player, and she is a player that when she gets in rhythm, I would never call her a 3-point shooter. I wouldn't call her a scorer. She's an energy player, and sometimes a defender. She can get lost off ball sometimes. But the thing about Michaela is when she gets in rhythm and gets the confidence and gets ahead of steam in a game, you'll look at her and say, hey, that's why she won Rookie of the Year. And then sometimes you look at her and say, this is what I say about Michaela Onyewerede. If she doesn't make a defensive stop or a bucket within the first 2 minutes of her checking into a game, it's going to be a bad game.
Okay.
This is what
she one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to be tuned in. I told y'all that I'll be looking to the guys, Stevo and Drip, for my info. So I'm going to be paying attention to Michaela more often if she get in the game. If she get in the game.
We'll see. Any last thoughts, Kev, before we get up out of here?
No, I'm excited. No Breonna Stewart. So the Sky better come. They better come ready to play.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, Breonna Stewart's out of this game. So
Dub.
don't,
dub.
hey, bro.
Don't do
you got to
it.
keep in mind when Stewie's out, John Quayle Jones. Don't forget, former MVP. She goes back into that mode, bro.
Let's also not forget that the Chicago Sky like to play close games. Their plus minus, I think, their point differential, I think it's like 1.2 or something like that. Like they play close games all season.
They don't like to play close games. That's just happen the way that games end up because the makeup of the team.
That's what I'm saying. So Breonna Stewart or no.
So without their best player over there, the MVP and Breonna and Stewie, I think the Sky got the ups on them. So we gonna win this today. That's just me being a fan.
I'm with you.
That's just me being a fan.
I'm with you. I love it. That's dub right there.
Y'all make sure y'all stay in tune because C-Dub will be live during the game calling it. Stevo will be there with him as well. Kev, you gonna be on the live call?
Yeah, I'm gonna pop in. I gotta go to work, but
bro, it's like almost 90 degrees outside. Why you got the hoodie on, bro? I just realized you got a hoodie on. You not hot?
I'm in the basement. And it's chilly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Tell them Central Air. Central Air.
That's how y'all know y'all. Don't nobody call it Central Air no more. I love you guys. Go Sky.
When did that change? Like what is it?
It's just air conditioning now. It was Central Air back when homes had to get it installed because a lot of homes didn't have it in to begin with. Nobody calls it Central Air anymore. You ain't gonna walk in a place and be like, does this house have Central? Yes, nigga, it's 2024.
We can still call it Central Air, bro. I don't care what they talking about, bro. It's Central Air.
We from the hood.
I mean, it is still. It's also still Kaminsky, so I get it. I understand.
Oh,
my AC this fucking big. My AC this fucking big, bro.